Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of the HermitPack. And in today's episode, we are going to be doing some stuff with blood magic. I think I've been doing a little bit of work between episodes on that. Also, I finally got the mail thing figured out. So there's a couple other people in the server who are making use of it. Etho is, Iskall is, Jasassin I know has a mailbox, and I finally got that figured out. So essentially, you can make letters like this with paper and one of these propolis, and I was like, eh. And then I noticed that you can also make them in the carpenter using wood pulp, which you just stick logs in a sag mill and spits out a whole bunch of them. So I've actually got a whole bunch of letters and stamps and things. Stamps are also pretty easy to make. They're just the apatite and then paper in a carpenter with seed oil. So that's actually pretty easy too. I already sent Etho a letter, but I think I'm going to send Jasassin one as well. And we got to figure out something cool to send him. I think... What do we want to send Jasassin? I could send him a bomb. I could send him a bomb in the mail. Empty sack of holding, some end crystals. Oh, actually, maybe we send him... Let's see. What would be a good gift? I'm trying to think. Something that would be cool. Oh, I could send him that staff. Or maybe we make... I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll think of something by the end of the episode. I need to send him something, though. But anyway, what I wanted to do in today's episode is blood magic. So there's a few things that we're going to need. We're going to need our blood altar. We're going to need this hellfire forge. Might as well take our demonic will and our sacrificial dagger and some of this other kind of stuff. This thing I don't really need. This thing I do. And I figured out what the book is for blood magic. It's called the Sanguine Scientium. And the reason you can't find it is because it's actually not under the blood magic mod in JEI. It's actually under guide. For guide API, and you just make it like this. So it's not too hard to make, but that's why I couldn't find it last time. But anyway, this is the guide for blood magic. It tells you everything you need to know about how to do the things, and it's very useful. Now, I do want to set something up as well, because one thing that's very important if you're going to be doing blood magic is having a good way to regenerate. And what I'm thinking is we're going to go ahead and make one of these boosters. Okay. And what this thing will do... actually, I may already have some machine frames in there. Nope, guess not. All right, let's make one of those guys. And basically what this will do is give some sort of effect, like the regeneration or the regeneration plus. I need iron golems in a syringe. And I need a regular regeneration module. Okay, so I'm going to need to make some iron golems. So let's make a couple syringes. 1, 2. Uh-oh. What do I still need? Oh, a glass bottle. Okay, easy enough. Let's make a couple more of those and make one more syringe. There we go. And then we need some iron blocks. And I'm trying to remember, I think it's three iron blocks and then a pumpkin on top. I haven't made an iron golem in Minecraft in like forever. 4 or 4. I think it's 4 iron blocks and then a pumpkin on top. Ooh, I only have 1 pumpkin. Why don't we grow some pumpkins? That's probably going to be a better choice than trying to use the one that we already have. We'll just torturino a little bit of tilled soil real quick. Let's grab a hoe. And we'll just like right here is fine. Plant a pumpkin. Oh, hi, zombie. Go away. And then take the Torturino, put it right here. 9 by 9. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just get a couple. And that should be enough. Okay. There we go. All right, so we got some pumpkins to make our iron golems with. And now, let's see if we can actually make an iron golem. I don't know if I remember how... Is that it? That is it. Okay. I still remember my vanilla. Yay, go self. Now we're going to make... Oh, it appears they don't actually get mad when you stick them with a syringe. Hey, you. Stupid guardian. There we go. We're just going to extract the mob essence. I think it might be because they're not taking damage. No, he's taking damage. Huh, I'm not sure why. Either way, we'll fill these up until they're full. Okay, so you got 4 syringes. And then let's just finish him off. And there we go. Iron Golem dead. We've got our 3 syringes of Golem Essence. So, should be good. What's this? A Guardian Spike? I don't think I've seen that before. Interesting. Anyway. Okay, so we were making the regeneration module. And we need to make one of those, and then one of these. And then I'm probably going to need some energy conduits as well. So let's pop down to the basement, because this is where we're going to put our blood magic stuff. Now, I think I'm going to start the blood magic stuff in this room. That room is not big enough to hold a full-on altar, though, so I'm probably going to have to modify it at some point. Let's just punch out a little bit of a hole back here so I can run the cabling. And let's see. This is 49. 2249. Okay. Note to self. 2249. So let's go like right here. And we'll dig down 3. And then I'm going to go this way. Be able to see, please. 2249. Beautiful. And then we'll just go this way until we hit things. And there we go. We have a nice little place for our power lines to run. And let's clear all that back. Ooh, those are bricks. Go back, you. And then we'll just clear that stuff out. And there we go. We can run our cables over here. So let's go cable. And let me get these run. And I should probably also light up this area down here. And then I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, I am back. So we've got that taken care of. Now, let's put our blood altar down. And we're going to center this right in the middle of the room, which would be like right here. And then I think right here is where I'm going to put that generator thing. This guy, the booster. Now, the way the booster works is it gives you a boost, but it only gives you that boost when you're actually standing on top of it. So, moderately useful, right? But far more useful when you're talking about blood magic. Because, oh, that's not right. You go there. There we go. So this thing is now filling up and all that kind of stuff. You can see when I stand directly on top of it, I get regeneration 3. And that means if I take the sacrificial dagger and I shift right click and hurt myself, I will continue to heal thanks to having regeneration 3. So it's a very good way to make sure that I can continuously put life essence into the blood altar. You can still hurt yourself. You can still kill yourself. So, you know, that's not exactly ideal. But it means you are constantly healing. So you can actually put quite a bit of LP into the blood altar. And there you go. Now it's completely and totally full. So kind of a cool little trick there. But anyway, let's put some of this stuff away. You and you go in there. I'm going to put the Hellfire Forge over here, I guess. And now we want to look into doing some things with the blood altar. So the very first thing I want to do is, let's go to blood magic. There we go. Very first thing I want to do is make one of these weak blood orbs. And that's not too difficult. Basically all I need to do is get my hands on a diamond. Oh, and actually, let's patch this up real quick before I forget. And we have a hole in our wall that lasts forever and ever and ever. Torch. In fact, we can just put a torch right here. And a torch right here. And there. Now they'll never know. Okay, anyway, so let's go get ourselves a diamond. And we're going to make one of those weak blood orbs. So, diamond. There we go. Now, we should also probably look at some of the other things we want to make as well. So I don't have to just keep running back and forth. We're going to want to upgrade it to an apprentice blood orb pretty quickly. And for that, we're going to need a redstone block. And then we're also going to need runes. And runes require a blood orb. They require these blank slates. So we're going to need a fair amount of stone. Actually, we're going to need quite a bit of stone. Let's just do like that much. There we go. And then there's some other runes that are in here. Rune of speed, rune of self-sacrifice. Some of these are the kind of cool things. We'll need slates. Speed rune we can do. Efficiency. Oh, is it not? Doesn't say how to do the efficiency rune. But we'll want to do the speed for sure. Let's get some sugar cane. Oh, actually, I've got a whole bunch of sugar right here. Never mind. Just kidding. Anyway, so that should be everything we need to kind of get started. So the first thing we'll do is take our diamond and right-click that into the blood altar. That'll take a little bit of time, and then it will turn into one of those apprentice blood orbs. Now, this process takes a little bit of time. That's one thing that those speed runes will help out with astronomically, is speeding up this process so it doesn't take so long. And that'll be good. And I can always, shift right-click more blood into the blood altar if I feel the need. And I can basically just stand on top of this thing forever and continuously get regeneration. So, very helpful for self-sacrifice, which is my big plan. We'll also want to upgrade this thing eventually with runes of self-sacrifice so I get more LP going into the altar when I damage myself. And eventually we'll want to get to a point where we don't have to use self-sacrifice. Now, the first time you get the blood orb, and this may be a change. Maybe this has changed now for 1.10, but it used to be you have to like shift right-click to bind it to yourself or something like that. And then you can actually put LP into this thing as well, although it doesn't show how much. Wow, that actually hurts quite a lot. But anyway, so there's the weak blood orb. Now, the other thing we said we wanted to make were runes, and I'm going to need blank runes. We'll need 8 of them. To make those, I need blank slates, and I need, it looks like 16. What I want to do is have basically 8 speed runes, and each of those is going to require, looks like 4 blank slates altogether, 2 for the, yeah, 2 for that, and then, okay. So, what we can do is put those on here. And unfortunately, these only go one at a time. So this could take a little while, but it'll turn into a blank slate. And then you can right-click it after it changes and get, you guys get the idea. So I'm going to do this for a little while, then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got 32 of these blank slates, and actually I'm going to want one more. There we go. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of these guys. Oh, I see. So, okay, so I think I need to do this in a different crafting window. That's fine. That's what? I don't know what happened there. That was a little weird. Okay, anyway, so let's put this guy in here. Let's do that. And then let's do that. And that will make... No, just kidding. Let's do that. That will make 8 blank runes. And then we want 8 speed runes. Okay? I also want to make a crystallizer, alchemy table. Where is... I thought there was one called the alchemy array. Alchemy... Maybe it is the table that I need. Let's make one of those then. Oh, I need that. I thought it was the alchemy array. But maybe it's the table. I don't know. New blood magic. Not something I know inside and out like I do some mods. But let's put this guy down. No, that's an alchemy table, not an alchemy array. Okay. Either way. So we have our speed runes. We'll grab our atomic disassembler. And we're going to get rid of those 8 blocks right there. And then we'll plop these guys down. And now this altar should be a tier 2 altar. However, I don't know that I can actually see that anywhere. We can, however, look at this and see if it goes way faster than before. Doesn't seem to be. Because these speed runes are each supposed to increase it by 20%, and that did not seem significantly faster, if at all. So... Either way, let's see. Arcane Ash. Ah, here we go. Stuff about alchemy arrays. Let me read up on this. Alright guys, so I think this should make that alchemy stuff I was talking about. Yeah, there we go. Used to draw an alchemy circle. So let's right-click here. And then if we look in the book, it'll say in here we should make one of these divination sigils, which is redstone and a blank slate. And I do actually have a little bit of redstone here. So we can right-click that, and right-click that, and then things happen, and it does cool stuff, and it should spit out a divination sigil, I believe. Yeah, look at that! So, we can check on this, and there you go. It says current tier, tier 2, current essence, current capacity. It basically tells us all the things we need to know about this altar, which is pretty cool. You can also check and see how much you have in like your life network and all sorts of stuff. But now that we have a tier 2 altar, that means we can get into some better runes, like the Rune of Sacrifice, for example, and Reinforced Slate. So, if I wanted to use this, which would make my current situation considerably better. I'm going to need a bunch more stuff. I'm going to need more of these reinforced plates, and I'm going to need more of these blank runes. You can also actually look and see if we head up. I keep leaving things in my ME system. If you go in here, you can actually look. If we go at Blood Magic and you take this thing, you can see what the next altar would look like, which is pretty cool. So if I set this to tier 3 and I shift right click on this, it'll give me like a little hologram. And bear in mind that a lot of this stuff would be hidden underneath, but it'll essentially tell me what the next altar is going to look like and how to build it. So that's pretty cool. In fact, that's very, very cool and very, very useful. Unfortunately, we'll have to rearrange a few things in order to make this work, but you can see the next one is going to take up, the tier 3 will take up this much space. And it's going to require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see. It'll be these 7, 14, 10. So 24 blank slates or runes or whatever. So if I'm going to do that, that is going to take me a little while for sure. So bearing that in mind, I suppose I better get to work. All right, guys. I'm back. I may have actually killed myself with blood magic. Oh, and this is going to kill me because I don't have my stuff. Oh, the fails are real today. The fails are so real. Come here, elevator. Hashtag brand new. This is what happens when you play with blood magic. I was doing the self-sacrificey thing, and I basically just went a little bit too quickly. You know, these things, they happen. It's okay. Oh, wow. Good job, self. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Anyway, let's make sure we got all of our stuff. I think we did. I don't see my coin, though. There it is. Okay, so I got my coin. I got my rings. All right. I think we're good. Good job, self. All right, guys. I am back, and I think I've got a couple things here that are worth doing. So, first of all, let's pop back down to the basement. I did make a whole bunch of blank slates and a whole bunch of stones. And I noticed that I actually, I didn't realize you don't actually need a block underneath these pillars where it shows this. You can see if we pull that out, there's no block requirement here. It doesn't have to be, there doesn't need to be a block of any kind there. So I'm just going to fill those in with the dark pillars to kind of demonstrate that. But what we're going to do is we are going to make 20 of these guys. Almost. There we go. We'll make 20 runes. And we're just going to put those down like this for the moment. And I just realized that is going to run, it's going to interfere with this, isn't it? Okay, so here's what we'll do. We will bring you down and you down. And did I put those in here? I did, good. Okay. And we'll just run this like so. There we go. And then we should be able to take our runes and do that. So those are now all in place where we want them. Now, if I remember correctly, these pillar blocks here do not have to be stone brick. I think, if I remember correctly, they can be whatever you want, as long as there is actually glowstone on top. So now, if I take this division sigil and I right-click on this altar, yeah, look at that, tier 3. Good, good, good. That's what we want to see. Fantastic. Okay, so now we have a couple options. We could leave this kind of like lower down, like it is now, and just kind of block it off so it doesn't look as bad. And that would work. Oh, luckily those cannot be infused with anything. That would be one option. I mean, you can see it is still tier 3 and all that kind of good stuff. Or we could raise it up a block as well. I think for the time being, I think I'm going to leave it lower down. I kind of like the way it looks. I mean, it's fine. It looks all right, I think. And I think I'm pretty good with it. Now this, on the other hand, there are a few things that I do want to make right away. So if we look at runes, we're going to definitely want some speed runes. We're going to want some runes of self-sacrifice. And we're going to want some runes of capacity, which are going to increase the amount of LP that can be held in here by 1,000. Right now, this thing only holds 10,000 LP, which is a lot, but not that much. Because if we look, for example, at like some of the higher level blood orbs, like this magician one, it takes 25,000 LP just for this thing to work. Now, I could probably fill this thing up fast enough that it would still be fine, especially with a couple rooms of self-sacrifice. But at the same time, I want to be able to have way more LP in this thing than what we have right now. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to, well, first of all, let's check on this. That's 5,000 LP. Let's throw that guy in here just so we can make the next level of blood orb. Because if I remember correctly, there are some of these that we are going to need the apprentice one for. Wow, that's 2 apprentice blood orbs and a master to make this rune of the orb. Interesting. But the rune of self-sacrifice specifically is one that I want to make. So we're going to need that. And I've got 6 reinforced slates. I'd like to make, I think, 5 runes of self-sacrifice. I think maybe 6. 5 for sure, though. At least 5. Let's plan this out. So if we go, I'd like this thing to be able to hold like 30. I'd really like to be able to hold like 50,000 LP, honestly. But it's at 10. We'll do 5. 5. Yeah. Why don't we do 5 runes of self-sacrifice? I'm gonna need some glowstone for that, it appears. Actually, how much glowstone do I need? 2. So we could go like that. And then rune of... Oh, when you die, you lose your inventory crafting thingy. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Dang it. I blood magicked myself to death. I actually did it a couple times. It was quite embarrassing. So we're going to make 5 of these guys. We'll put our glowstone like that, and then we'll do one of those, and that should give me 5 runes of self-sacrifice. And basically what these will do is these will increase the amount... Oh, no, I actually need to... I forgot something. These will increase the amount of LP that goes into the blood altar when you damage yourself. So, right now, by default, I just made 64 gold blocks. Oh, well, that's fine. Right now, the default is 200 LP every time I prick myself with this sacrificial dagger. So if we look at this thing, you can hold shift right click and you can see there are 2B, whatever the 2.0. I right click it once, it goes up to 2.2, right? Now, on the other hand, if I plop down 5 of these runes of self-sacrifice, Now it's 2.5. So I'm actually getting 300 LP every time I prick myself. And that means I can fill this thing up faster. So if we start at the 10,000 limit, and I need to be careful not to kill myself yet again, since I do that occasionally. If we start up there at the 10,000 limit, let's make sure we're at full health. And then we plop this block of gold in. It's going to start using that. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think I can fill it fast enough. Yeah, even with the regeneration 3, I can't fill it fast enough to... that's... I don't think it's going to work. Because you have to be able to get it all in one go. That's too bad. So much for that. Looks like we're going to have to do some additional upgrades. I'll either need more runes of self-sacrifice or something, because this ain't cutting it. I think if I did 20 runes of self-sacrifice, that would put me at 300, 400, 500, 600 LP per prick, which, that would fill it up pretty quick. That would work. That's a lot of runes of self-sacrifice. It is what it is. So, one thing I do want to check. You can see we've got these, I've got mail. I think Jassassin sent me something. Let's pop up and see what that is. He sent me a present. Let's see. Letter from Jassassin to Welsknight. Dear Welsknight, I hear you have 2 zombie pigman spawners. You obviously need more. He sent me a powered zombie pigman spawner. Fantastic. That's awesome. I'm going to put the already mailed. Yes, I know it's already mailed. Can I keep it in here? No, I can't. We'll put it... Can I read this again? I can. Let's put that down here. And then that gives me an idea. So he sent us a powered pigman spawner, which is pretty fantastic. I am going to send him a spawner changer and a couple of these Ender Dungeon Finders. And I think that will actually be a great present for him. I don't know if he's gotten into that or not. Maybe. We'll find out. But let's right-click on this and go Jassassin. And we'll do 3 stamps. And I'll give him 16 of those and a spawner changer and say, Jassassin, thank you for the spawner. Here's a thingy to make your own vanilla spawners. Welsknight. There we go. So we've got a letter, stick it in the mailbox, mail it off to him, and I'm sure he will appreciate it. But guys, unfortunately, I am out of time for this episode. We got a bit done with blood magic, and there's a lot more left to do with it. It's kind of a grindy mod, to be entirely honest, but it's super fun, and there's some really cool stuff you can get. So we'll be playing around with it. I'm going to do a lot of the off-camera grindy stuff between episodes, I think. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.